If I wanted Kern County to fail.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
To go bankrupt.
To decay instead of flourish.
To decay instead of flourish.
To follow in the steps of California.
I would ignite conflicts between our two main industries. I would create hostility between our healthcare providers. I would place the interest of campaign donors over the best interest of the taxpayer. I would allow public employee unions to buy elections and in turn elect their own bosses. I would not invest in education programs catering to available jobs. I would make Kern's work environment unattractive to the best and brightest students entering the workforce.
When negotiations bring benefits in the public sector in line with the private sector, I would renegotiate so I didn't have to hold all unions to the same standard.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
I would disregard the proven business practices that promote cost savings, efficiency, and growth. I would ignore the $5 billion in unfunded liability we owe to our future retirees. I wouldn't lead by example and cut my own pension. I wouldn't contract out work to private companies. I would use inefficient and costly government entities to perform public jobs. I would pay exuberant wages that are deemed livable only by San Francisco standards, despite the fact that they're not proportional to private sector pay.
I would create obstacles for growth.
I would create obstacles for growth.
When elected to public office, I would leave immediately to run for a new position, all at the expense of the taxpayers.
All at the expense of taxpayers. When I disagree with my colleagues from partnering entities, I would file an expensive lawsuit to prove that I am right.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
If I wanted Kern County to fail, I would create pockets of inefficiency in overlapping county and city jurisdictions. I would refuse to cooperate with other municipalities near or within my boundaries.
I would duplicate services.
I would duplicate services. I would invest millions into building a new jail while others lie empty. I would allow bureaucrats to make long-term investments with short-term income. I vote to increase staffing without an identified funding source to pay employees.
Without an identified funding source.
I would avoid making the hard decisions and leave government's business unresolved. I'd be resistant to change when change is needed.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
I wouldn't hold my public officials accountable. I would let them exercise their public duties under the veil of secrecy. I would conceal the public's business and force taxpayers to expend their own funds to obtain public information. I would use litigation as a means to accomplish my goals. After all, it is the taxpayer who pays the bill.
And when the public demands consolidation of services, I would put buildings next to each other and offer the same services in both structures.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
I would pay more for a retired police force than an active police force.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
I would use local government seats as stepping stones for my political career.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
I would drown out those who offer common sense solutions.
I would drown out those who offer common sense solutions.
If I wanted Kern County to fail.
I guess I wouldn't do a thing.
I would just keep doing the same thing.